What up, world? What's going on? What's good? You have tuned in to the Savage Hour outside the uniform with the Savage Squad. What's going on, people? How everybody doing? So happy to be back. Doing my thing on here on the screen. I missed everybody. I wasn't here last time. Had some family issues going down, and I missed it. I was watching, doing things like that, but I'm back now. As you can see, the whole squad's not here, but everything. COVID's going down. Hope with the family situations. Doc had a little knee surgery. You know, B Bougie's going through some things. Um, and then Mo, hey, work is work. We got to make this happen. We're recruiters. Everybody know that. And so, but we know we got the newest member of the squad over on the side of me. He came through. He said he's part of the squad. So, got my boy Dom. What's good, Dom?
Hey, everything is good. As you can see, I'm actually still here in the office myself. I'm glad I brought the setup with me. So, so I ain't had to go too far.
Right. Yeah, I just got home not that long ago, so I was just trying to get in and make it happen.
Yeah.
These working hours and these long days, this recruiting thing ain't no joke.
Hey, somebody got to do it. You know.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only way it's gonna work out. So we got to put people in the Navy.
Yeah,
So what's been going on with you?
man. Just out on the grind. I've been excited. Preparing for the first episode coming in to be an official part of the family. So we were doing that. Of course, listening to new music
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like
always.
that. So.
Always. We'll get into the music and all that stuff like that, and probably gonna get into some sports after our special guest. You know what I'm saying? Our special guest on. He's in the background. He's waiting to get on. So I'm very excited to introduce this guest. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into, you know, getting them on and making this happen. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a combat vet, um, best-selling author, motivational speaker. You can see his stuff on Instagram. Every Monday he does a Monday morning motivation, a Monday motivation period. Telling you, if you ain't seen him, you have to see him. His motivation is it's out there. He hit us up, wanted to come on the show, and I was excited that he said that he'll come on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get my man on here. I said combat vet, best-selling author. He might even do a couple of podcasts every now and then. And you know what? Another reason I like him. He a Georgia boy. You know what I'm saying? He representing GA to the fullest. That's why I wore my Hawks shirt today. You know what I'm saying? I make sure representing them Hawks today. So the one and the only Sylvester Jenkins the third. Sylvester Jenkins the third, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? What's going on, Sylvester? What's going on?
What's going on,
Welcome,
gentlemen? How
welcome.
y'all doing, man?
Living
Good, we
life.
good. We good. We're just happy to have you on. Been waiting for this since you told us you're gonna be on. So been waiting for this opportunity for you to motivate the people. I know you got a lot of motivation out there, a lot of things to say to help the people because COVID, um, the people losing jobs, the stuff that's going on in the world today. Everybody's down right now. So we want to bring you on so you can motivate the people and get them going. So first, before we get into the motivation and things like that, why don't you tell the people about yourself?
So, first and foremost, man, I just want to tell y'all, gentlemen, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here right now. And tremendous. It's phenomenal what y'all doing as far as showing that we're not just, service members. We're also people just like everybody else with hidden talents that can be shown on a daily basis. So, shout out to y'all for doing that. But Uh, I am a husband and a father first. I'm Sylvester Jenkins III. I'm a recent retired Army First Sergeant. I joined the military due to job security and previous family members that served. I'm from Columbus, Georgia. I grew up majority of my life in a single parent, low income home in a gang and drug infested neighborhood. where a young black man was only expected to do three things, and that's go to jail, die, or make it out on pure luck. But I just chose to join the military instead and invest in myself. And so I'm the man that you see before you today.
Well, that's a bet. That's a bet. So you was in the Army, right?
Right.
So unfortunately, you was in the Army. We got Navy people. We Navy. We Navy strong. At first, I didn't want to get you on the show because of the way that y'all just did us in football. I was thinking about it really, and I was like, we got to be equal and fair to everybody. So I guess we can have him on the show.
Hey, so if I can caveat on that real quick, man. So initially, I had tried to join the Navy.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This Navy recruiter story. Go ahead. Here we go with the Navy recruiter story.
It so happened I didn't score high enough on the ASVAB, and they gave me the boot. They sent me over to the Army recruiter, and next thing you know, here I am, a retired Army veteran.
They was wrong. They was wrong. They know what they was doing. You wasn't dealing with the right people. We told you to get a book and study and come back to us so we can make it come in.
Yeah, I would have been like, just hold on a little bit longer. They might they might lower the requirement, and we have to come back to you.
So how long you been out?
So I just recently got out August 2020. As a matter of fact, I did 21 years in the Army.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. That's I thought you'd been out for a minute.
No, I just got out.
So you making it happen.
So how has that been? How has that been for you? Just the transition, given that I know it's recent, but I mean to be transitioning in a time like this, with COVID and everything, but to be transitioning now, how's that been coming for you?
So as soon as I started my retirement process, that's exactly when COVID hit. I didn't get the bright lights and the extreme recognition when it came down to my retirement ceremony. I got 5 minutes. Hey, you can only have 10 people there. You got 5 minutes, and then we got to move on to the next person, just due to the fact that it was during the time frame that COVID initially hit. So everybody was like real in a panic during that time frame. So it has been good in certain aspects, and also it has been troubling in other aspects. And it was good because just due to being a combat veteran, certain things that you experience throughout your military career, the social distancing, the not having to worry about like really interacting with other people as such, the quarantine. I know a lot of people that's in the military, once they heard that quarantine and they had to stay in the house, they didn't have to go to work, they were pretty excited. I felt the same way, but at the same time, when it came down on the job aspect, it was kind of difficult, applying for a whole new career outside of what I had been used to doing for so long, and then trying to transition out of that military genre and go into the civilian work life. It was very difficult, and then at the same time, not too many places was hiring due to the fact of everything that was going on during that time frame. So it was a rough stage or a rough point in my life.
So how did you overcome this? Because like you said, you just got out, COVID and things, and then like you said, the job offer probably wasn't there, even though you experienced. What did you do in the Army?
So I started out as a mechanic, but then I retired as a first sergeant.
So hold on. So I got to get this in because in the Navy, what your rank is you still doing the same job. So
right. So I'm a ordnance soldier by trade. I turn wrenches. I'm a mechanic, just official mechanic. But then once I achieved the rank of first sergeant, I pretty much was running an organization. I pretty much ran a logistic organization. I ran a transportation organization. I ran a HAC, a headquarters company. So I was in charge of moving pieces and making sure everything got to point A to point B in a timely manner where they were supposed to on time.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So that's in leadership in more of a management. So
Absolutely.
for you to not get, because you probably was thinking before when you was thinking about retiring before COVID, you probably was thinking, oh, I'm in management, I'm in upper management at that. When I get out, it should be a good amount of job offers that's out there because of the skills I've had for 21 years. And
Absolutely.
then I don't know if this is the situation or not, but it probably wasn't as many as you thought it was going to be when you got out. So how did you overcome not having as much as you wanted to be and what you thought it was getting out?
So I mean, it was a true reality check, to be honest with you. I thought with all my credentials, I got my bachelor's degree. I thought, with 21 years of service, running organizations to 50 to 100 plus soldiers, I thought I was a shoe in for any job in like operational management or something within that aspect. So I applied to multiple jobs. I applied to Amazon, Walmart, you name it. During the time frame of doing the job interview, that was the troubling piece because and I wasn't able to translate some of the things they were looking for. But then at the same time, um, just going through the motions of what they was looking for, what they were required of me was the difficult state. But I was able to overcome it just due to the fact of just changing my mindset. Initially, when you transition out of something you did for so long, I was like a kid that just recently just grew up. Once you turn 18, you're trying to figure out what you're doing, what you're gonna do with your life. And that's exactly how I felt when I transitioned out of the military because I went in when I was 19. I came out, I was 40 years old. So I spent majority of my life doing army. So to make that transition from soldier to civilian, it was a difficult state. But then I had to just change my mind frame up and actually really focus on everything that I had going on, the things that really mattered, which was my family, of course, and in the process of not being able to achieve those things that I was looking for as far as a job, and I had to just going into a deep state of meditation in order to figure out the next steps that I wanted to take in order to get to where I am right now.
All right, that's good. So because so I've been in the military all the way around with the Marine Corps and the Navy and the reserves and all that stuff like that. I've been doing this for 24 years. So
Okay.
um, I'm thinking about because I can retire next year. I'm really thinking about it about retiring next year if I don't make the next rank on this next test and things like that. What are some suggestions that you have for people that are about to retire or thinking about retiring? Because it's still COVID. So though that
So I'm
situation that you was in is still out there. So
that's a great question. So a matter of fact, we're getting ready to do this service summit coming up in on February 7th. It's a Q&A where me and the other couple of veterans are getting together in order to answer questions for those service members that are in the mind frame of transitioning out the military, to just put them in to give them the right resources so they won't fall into the trap of not knowing what they need to prepare for and not knowing what options they have once they get ready to transition. But I would tell you at this moment in time, for the mind frame that you are in, to really start preparing. Really start preparing right now. Get your medical records straight. Go ahead and have that talk with your family. To go ahead and make sure that everything that you want to do or pursue, that you have it in order and start working on yourself. Start investing in yourself, because if you don't have enough time once you drop that packet. Once that packet is approved, it's like really no turning back. So I would highly suggest that, if you're thinking about transitioning out of the military, that you need to go ahead and start making that move right now.
that's a bet. That's a bet. All right. So let's move forward. Let's move over to our next topic and try to so everybody will know who you are outside the uniform. We gave you what they are inside, what you was inside the uniform, but now you out and you're doing motivational speeches, you're doing books and stuff like that. So tell us about how you started writing books. What made you start writing books?
So just like I said before, I went into hibernation, man. Like I really started to think about how can I really go into the motions of um, preparing myself for the next level, or preparing myself for the next transition in life. I dealt with a lot of hardship in 2019. Um, I lost my mother. Uh, I was on a deployment during the time frame of all this stuff going on, and then at the same time, I'm sure y'all can relate when it comes down to the family aspects as far as being separated from your kids. I'm a father of four beautiful kids, three boys and one girl, and then my wife. So the communication piece is like real distant. So it was a difficult time during that transition as far as when it came down to that whole aspect. But when I started going through the retirement phase, when I started going through the retirement phase, I started seeking behavioral health just to put me in the right perspective when it came down to everything that I was dealing with. And when I started going through behavioral health, my provider asked me, she was like, you need to write down your thoughts, how you feeling, and everything else. So she was like, you need to start doing like a journal. And I was like, man, I don't journal. That's for girls. You know, I was like, man, that's for girls, man. I don't journal. And then she was like, just give it a try. Just try it for like 2 weeks. And then on your next session, you come in and then we'll have a little discussion about everything that you wrote down. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try because I want to get better. So in the process of me writing things down, I started to notice that a lot of the things that I was writing down, what I've been through, what I experienced, and the knowledge that I had, I was like, man, this don't sound too bad. I like, man, I've been through a lot. I've experienced a lot. I was like, I let my wife read it, and when I let her read it, she was like, you need to put this in a book. I was like, what? I was like, man, I'm from the hood, man. Don't no brothers write no books. And then she was like, nah, she was like, really, people need to know this. People need this now. People need to know where, you came from. Cause there's other people that's dealing with the things that you've been through. And I was like, I'll think about it. You had that like, it sounds
Right.
good, but I ain't gonna move on it. So, next thing you know, man, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and listen to it. I'm gonna go ahead and move in this direction of writing this book. So I started writing even more, and then when I went to go talk to my provider, I let her know what my plan was, and she looked at me kind of crazy. She looked at me real crazy. As a matter of fact, like you finna do what? Like you coming in here, talking about like you having anxiety, depression, and all these things, and you expect to help other people by what you're saying right now? I was like, yeah, why not? If I can prevent somebody else from going down the same path that I went through, why not put it in the book? Why not write it? So that just gave me even more motivation. So just having that somebody doubt me, just having somebody doubt me when it came down to what was instilled in me or what was given to me, or what was spoken to me by my wife. I was like, man, I got to go through with it. So I wrote the book, Quick Cure to Successful Leadership. And me personally, man, I feel like there are several qualities that all leaders should have. And it's something that helped me throughout my career. And that's influence, servant leadership, self-leadership, motivation, effective communication, emotional intelligence, and goals. I think all leaders should have that. And so when it came down to writing this book, these are the things that helped me throughout my 20 years of military service. So why not put those in an aspect that can be comprehended to other soldiers that are dealing with whatever they might be going through by talking about my life experience in those chapters of what I just named, in those qualities, pointing out, situations that I have been through. I had been through a divorce throughout my time span in the military. I had been through, financial hardship. I had been through, not feeling like a leader at all. I felt like my first 8 years in the military, I was a follower that transitioned into a manager. Now, notice how I said a manager and not a leader. I think there's a difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? I,
So
if,
what do you think the difference between the two of a leader and a manager? Because a lot of people
so,
think that they're leaders, but they're really managers. So I
right.
know a lot of people out there. So this is a good way of showing people, because going into your book, and showing people, okay, what a leader and a manager is, because people don't know. So let's educate the people out there to let them know the difference. What do you think the difference between a leader and a manager is?
Absolutely. So a manager is someone that does their job. They absolutely does their job. They don't have no empathy when it comes down to it. They very knowledgeable when it comes down to the job itself and what they need to do. They go out here and they don't have no type of no influence, no inspiration, no motivation, no impact when it comes down to the people that are up under them or the people that work for them. Your number one responsibility as a leader is to turn followers into leaders. Now,
Hold
how
on,
can you
hold
do
on, hold on. Say it again. I need you to repeat that for the people in the back that couldn't hear you.
that? Your number one responsibility as a leader is to turn followers into leaders. So you have to be a mentor. So that's going to come with some type of servant leadership. It's going to come with some type of influence. It's going to come with some type of motivation. It's going to come with some type of goal setting, because sometimes, hey, at me as a private Joe Snuffy, I might not know what it takes in order to get to where I want to be. I might not have that mind frame or that mindset in order to get there. But you, as the leader, guess what? You can point me in the right direction in order to get there. But if you just sitting here telling me, "Hey, I need you to go work on this vehicle. Hey, I need you to go, make copies of this paper. Hey, I need you to go out here and just do your job." That's not a leader. That's a manager. You just worried about the job aspects and what the repercussions is behind it. You're gonna
Right.
have to. As a leader, you're going to be the fall guy. You're going to take those hits. It's just like a parent. Your kids your kids, whenever they go out here and they go to school or whatever, they're a representation of you. So your soldiers are just the same way. When they go out here, they be like, man, they don't sit there and say, like they don't whenever they talk to a soldier, they don't sit there. They ask them what company they're in. Then they ask them who they first on, or who their squad leader is, or who's in charge of them. They don't sit there and just say like, "Hey, you messed up," and all this stuff. They want to know who's in charge of them, because they're responsible for them. It's all about accountability and responsibility. Those are two major things that leaders have: accountability and responsibility.
That's real. I Man, you really unpacking a lot of stuff right now. um, and I think, like, even now myself being in a leadership role, like you said, one of the things you have to become comfortable with is, like, you are the guy who it all falls on you. You know, when your team is winning, then you might get some of the accolades, right? But
Yep,
uh, but definitely if something's going wrong, it's
that's
you,
that's it. That's exactly it
and
right there.
you gotta embrace that, because if you're it does something to you to try to run from it, or try to place the blame somewhere else. So you have to be able. I think you have to be able to own it in order to truly enjoy the success.
Ownership.
But I think some managers don't want to fail, so that's why they can't become that leader. They're great leaders, so they push their people so hard and only know how to manage them, that their people fail, and then when they fail and the manager get yelled at, then he starts pushing harder and harder and starts yelling more, and that's not going to get through to them and make them, to help them, not make them, because you can't make somebody work for you. You have to guide them to work for you. I mean,
Right.
so it gets to that point where those people that are just managers, they're not doing anything for you, and then the whole thing falls down. And that's what I mean by, that's what everybody needs, that definition between the two, so
Right.
they can see that what they're doing. So everybody needs to take a look in the mirror themselves to see if that's what they're doing or not. So some people don't want to admit it. Some people don't want to admit that they're managers and they're not real good leaders.
Absolutely.
So they look in the mirror. When they read that first book and they look in the mirror, they can see what they need to change to help them, to help themselves out, and to help the people that's under them out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I just think that your book and your motivation speaks to more than just the Army people. I think it speaks to everybody. Even though
Absolutely.
you can use the word soldier, but you don't also use the word employee. I mean, you can use it in any type of way.
Absolutely. So I'm not just talking about the Army aspect or the soldier aspect in this book. I'm also talking about employees for your organization. So this is the baseline for all entry level management and all mid level managers. So to put them back in that perspective and to put those junior soldiers or them junior leaders in the right frame of mind, so they won't fall into that trap of becoming a manager. So they will have the qualities of knowing what a leader is supposed to do compared to just going with the flow of things. This is a base standard for them in this book.
Bad. So that was your first book, right?
That was my first book. So my second book is resiliency, winning the battle within. So I got a little personal in this book because I was talking about all my demons, because I think all of us deal with demons in some type of way, shape, fashion, or form. All of us got those inner demons that just take over and prevent you from doing things that you would love to do. We talk ourselves off the ledge when it comes down to flying. And so I noticed that one of the key things out of everything that I experienced in my childhood and some of the things I experienced in my adulthood, the thing that got me through it was resiliency. Having that resiliency, knowing what resiliency was. Because resiliency ain't just sitting there and bottling up the situation that you're going through. Resiliency is really dealing with it, learning what, yourself, having self awareness, having self regulation, knowing yourself, and then changing it for the better. So I believe there are three different types of people in this world, and follow along with me when I speak about this. The potato, the egg, and the coffee bean. Let me say
Okay.
that for you one more time. The potato, the egg, and the coffee bean. Now I know some of y'all are looking at me real strange right now, and I see Beast over there looking like I need to hear this.
Yeah, I need to
So
hear this. That's why I put my hand. I say, when somebody really paying attention and thinking about what you putting down,
right,
and when they put their hand over their mouth and everything like that, and they sit back and they look at you, so they're trying to figure out
I,
they about to make it happen.
I didn't even know you did it. I just happened to look back down at you. We both end up putting our hands on it, like, oh, let's see, let me see where this going.
Right,
so
right,
you got the potato, the egg, and the coffee bean, right? So everybody deals with adversity, right or wrong,
right,
but everybody reacts to it differently. The
right.
same way you react to adversity, I might not react to it that way. So I feel there are three different types of people in this world: the potato, the egg, and the coffee bean. Let's say that adversity is hot boiling water. Okay. So first you got the potato. All right. When you look at the potato, initially before you put it in that hot boiling water, what is it? It's strong. It's hard. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you stick it in that hot boiling water, let's say feeling like a failure at home, feeling like a failure on the job, what happens to it? It
It
gets
softens
soft.
up.
It softens up. It grows weak. Then you have that egg. It's already fragile, but when you stick it in that hot boiling water, let's say like a loss of a loved one or a divorce, what happens to it? It hardens up.
Hardens up.
It,
Mm-hmm.
it grows bitter on the inside. But then you have that coffee bean. That coffee bean, once you stick it in that hot boiling water, what happens to it? It turns into coffee. The same circumstance that brought it pain, it changed it for the better, which is resiliency. So which are you? The potato, the egg, or the coffee bean?
Oh shit. I mean,
I think I started off like the egg, and as I matured, I became more like a coffee bean, right? And I say that because um, one of the things you were saying earlier, I started thinking about culturally, right?
Right,
Culturally, both being in the military and being an African American male, talking about what's going on up here isn't the thing to do,
right,
right? What's affecting you? So unless you come across something, and I'm so grateful for like the initiatives that are being put in place now for you to be even in the military and even in society for it to become a social norm for you to be able to express, the things that affect you. But to be honest, like I'm a inner city Chicago kid, and growing up, that just wasn't to talk about how you feel wasn't a real thing. You know, I remember growing up and every piece of pain that you feel, you know, if you get a whooping, if you hurt yourself, you told, you know, you're gonna be you okay. Stop crying. You get whooped,
Right,
stop
right,
crying, boy. That ain't hurting you yet. And so in your mind, you learn to like just suppress the pain, and
right,
you tell yourself as you get older and you start going through things that affect you, you just tell yourself, I'm gonna be okay.
right.
And really you not. You just getting harder to the stuff that's affecting you. But
Absolutely. So, and to caveat on what you just said, so that is what my book is about. My book is about it's a go-to guide. It's a manual to tell you how to deal with those demons to win the battle within.
Okay.
That's what it's about.
I can say I don't think I'm at that coffee bean stage yet. Even being about to turn 43, a about a week. I think I'm still at the hard boiled egg. I'm still at the egg part. I just guess I haven't learned how to make it out to get to the coffee bean stage yet. Um, I know I hold a lot of stuff inside and everything like that. Um, so in your book, do you talk about how to get to the coffee bean stage?
I talk about not only how to get to the coffee bean stage and things you can do in order to get to the coffee bean stage, but I talk about how it deals with your kids as well. Because believe it or not, children are one of the most resilient people you'll ever meet. Believe it or not, they're one of the most resilient people you'll ever meet. Now I know, sometimes you might feel as though that, they're falling into that realm of being soft or whatever it is, but they're vulnerable with their emotions. As you get older, you tend, especially us as black men, we tend to start to shield those emotions, start putting up this brick wall because of what we've been taught. But kids, when they're at that early stage, guess what? They're very vulnerable when it comes down to their emotions. They're not afraid to show it. They're very open whenever it comes down to their emotions. But if we play on that and do exactly like what Domino said, start to tell them, hey, toughen up. Men ain't supposed to cry. You supposed to, be hard, or you supposed to be like this. Then they start to build that brick wall. You just added another brick. And that's what happened every time. So once they get to that adult phase, now they're in a relationship. When they get to that relationship, their wife, their girlfriend, they're wondering, why you ain't, why you ain't communicating with me? Why you ain't, showing no emotions? And it's all because of what happened back then. So it's a tool for not only you, but also to prepare you whenever you're in that parent stage or that parenthood as well.
Okay. So in the book, you said you opened up. It, are you putting? Did you put personal experiences in there?
Absolutely. I talk about being in combat, dealing with going on convoys and being on the road, and then losing, battle buddies when it comes down to going on these convoys, and then having to go back out on them same roads, or you have soldiers that deal with these hardships during the time frame of you being out there and you not knowing how to react to them. I also speak about when it came down to my personal life, as far as when it came down to divorce, losing my mother. I just speak about a lot of personal demons that I dealt with, because those are hardships that we all either dealt with or are going to deal with somewhere down the lines in our lives. So in order to be able to relate with with whoever gets the book, I wanted to be able to package it in a way that they'll know I'm not just speaking from just studies and what I've read up on. I'm speaking from real life.
Bet, bet. All right. So moving from that book to your next book.
Right. So the next book I got coming out, I haven't dropped it yet. It's in the editing phase right now. It's called The Compass. Leaders Navigate Change. Notice how I said leaders navigate change. So I feel there are 4 different points that all leaders should have when it comes down to navigating change within your organization. And one of them being is your mindset. That's the first stage. Because once you change your mindset, everything can follow along within that. Then you go into the effective communication. Then it goes into other areas when it comes down to building your team. So that one is not out yet. It's set to be published roughly about March of this year.
Okay.
So question I have for you, because you going on your 3rd book and you say you've been out since you retired in August. Started
Absolutely.
The process of going out around the time of COVID hitting. So about what's been the space like in between, I guess, completion of a book to the start of the next project?
So I think so I just wrote a quick cure to successful leadership a year ago, and then I wrote what was it? The resiliency, winning the battle within. I wrote resiliency in January. I wrote resiliency in April, and then I wrote this book roughly about, I think, September of 2019. So it's been like a 3-month gap. So every quarter I roughly start writing. Whatever's on my brain that pop up at that moment that I feel I need to touch bases on in order to help others out, I just start writing, man. I just start pecking in my phone. I get my phone and I start writing. My wife be like, "What you doing?" And I'm like, she thinking I'm texting, when in all actuality, I'm writing.
Give me that phone. Who you talking to? What girl you talking to over there? I ain't talking about my wife. Write this book. So the new book.
Right.
So I know we were talking about this earlier. You got an announcement to make about a giveaway that you're doing.
Right, absolutely. Yes, indeed. So here's the announcement. So in order to win this $50 Amazon gift card, that's what the giveaway is. $50 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is 3 things. One, go to the website. 2, purchase one of my paperback books, whether it's Resiliency or A Quick Cure to Successful Leadership. Then 2, take a screenshot. Then go to my IG and then DM me that photo. And then step 3, tag 3 other people. Once you do that, you'll be entered to win the $50 Amazon gift card. So the deadline for this, in order to submit or DM me when it comes down to your screenshot, is the 23rd at midnight. The 23rd of this month at midnight. And then the winner will be announced on the 1st of February. I'm going to let my daughter pick the winner. She's only 3, so I don't want you to think I just randomly, just go about picking somebody. But I'm going to let my daughter pick out. I'm going to go live on IG and then I'm going to have her pick them.
All right. So everybody out there, this is the web. You see the website. It's right there. Go in there to win. Make sure you tag. Make sure you DM him the stuff. The deadline is the 23rd. The announcement is on the 1st. It's easy. Everybody can use a $50 Amazon gift card.
And then the best part about it is it's a win-win situation. Not only do you get these books in order to gain knowledge to help you enhance your leadership skills and to also help you do some self-development, but you also get some money on the back burner and then you get your money back. It's a win-win.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Can't beat that at all. Okay, so we're gonna transition. Every Monday, I know you do motivational Mondays. What
Absolutely.
made you start doing motivational Mondays?
So, like I said before, man, I was the first Army man in the Army, and every Friday we'll get that safety brief, right? So every Friday I give my troops a safety brief, and I send them on their way for the weekend. But then I always notice whenever they come in on Monday, Everybody dragging. Everybody got a case of the Mondays. All right, hey. So when we get ready to go down for formation, Top go put you in the right state of mind. I'm gonna give you a little motivation to get you through the day. So that's when it initially started. So I've been doing this roughly about I say about 15 years. The only thing about it was I was doing it to my troops. I wasn't doing it to the masses. I wasn't putting it out there on social media and doing anything like that. So one day, man, I was talking to one of my counterparts, and we was having a conversation, and he was talking about how everything was on a downhill slope for him. So I had gave him a little pick me up. So he was like, "Man, you ever thought about being a motivational speaker?" I said, "What?" I was just like I was whenever the book came about, man. I was like, "Nah, man, I ain't never thought about doing anything like that." So, needless to say, that would inspired the Motivation Mondays. Everybody everybody hates Monday. Just believe it or not, everybody love Fridays, but they hate Mondays. So how can you put everybody in the right state of mind in order to get through not only that day, but possibly the rest of the week? Motivating the first day of the week, Motivation Monday. So I started doing the video. And half the things I was saying is the same things I was saying to my soldiers whenever I get in formation first thing Monday morning. And so this is nothing actually new because I'm a motivational speaker, but my niche or my what I really speak on is emotional intelligence and social learning, social emotional intelligence and learning. So I harp in on the emotional side of what everybody deals with to tell you, hey, don't give up, get back on your feet, don't fall down, don't let it win, don't let it beat you. And if you notice, every video that I do, I'm mostly speaking about that. Hey, focus on this one thing, concentrate on this, keep moving forward. Don't let nothing hold you back because everybody deals with those emotions. Like, dang man, I gotta go to work in the morning. Like, nah, man, hey, get your butt up, man, and get on the grind. Let's go.
All right, all right, all right. So if everybody don't know, he got that IG is right next to his name. We see it right there. Make sure you go to his IG and like his page. I'm telling you, every Monday morning, I listen to this. I listen to it every Monday morning. Not gonna lie to you. So I'm about to be true. I'm about to tell the truth right quick. When you first hit us up, I didn't realize that I had you on. I was already following you. But when you first hit us up, I like your stuff. I do. But at the beginning of your stuff, beginning of your motivational thing, and you always you do that clap.
Yeah.
That was irritating as hell to me. So I was like, I don't want this dude on the show because he gonna be clapping the whole time. The whole time he'll be like, so we're gonna do this, and then gonna come up on here. I was like, man, I'm not trying to hear all that clapping the whole show. But the stronger believer in God that I am, I was like, okay, this is the sign that he hit us up twice. And the second time, I was like, okay, you know what? We need that motivation right now. So let me bring it to the team and see what the team say. And everybody was like, bet. So that's why we hit you back up and was like, all right, bet. I was like, I'm gonna have to talk to him to the side and be like, hey, listen, we don't need all that clapping. We don't need all that clapping when you talking to us. I know not how the army be doing it. We don't need all that clapping when you talking to us. So and I know you do it. It looks like you do it right after you get done working out.
Yep. Hey, absolutely, man. I think that's one of the best things to do, man, in life. Just continue that regimen of working out, man. It's a way to decompress. It's a way to deal, you know what I'm saying, to build that endorphins up, man, to actually get that motivation, to get your day started, man. Like working out is one of the best routines you can ever start your day with.
That's a bet. That's a bet. So, I told you, we try to make sure that we get everything out. Is there any handles or any you say a book coming out?
So it'll be coming out in March of this year.
Okay. All right. So we always end our interviews the same way with everybody. We put them on the main screen. We ask them, is there anything that you want to leave us with? So me and you talk, and you said today you're gonna do your motivational Monday today.
Right. Absolutely.
So I need everybody to pay attention. Actually listen. I don't know if you're really listening right now, but actually listen because we're about to get that motivation that's going to get you through the weekend, that's going to get you through whatever you're going through right now. So if you're going through something, if you think life got you down, you think that you can't move on, you think that you can't move forward, you think that you just stuck, we're about to give you that motivation. About to put you on the main screen.
Hey, so before we end this show, I want to tell everybody there are three words. These three words: don't give up. Don't give up. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. The price of discipline is less than the pain of regret. Let me say that for you one more time. The price of discipline is less than the pain of regret. Your body doesn't control your mind. Your mind controls your body. I know there's a lot of you out there right now that are running your race and you're starting to get tired because you're not where you thought you should be. You're getting exhausted because you're not seeing the results. Some of y'all feel the more effort you give, the further away the finish line gets. 2020 was a huge hurdle for a lot of us. The hardships, the pain, the struggles, the sacrifices, the failures. But guess what? You got over it. You soldiered through it. You persevered through it. Some of y'all are wondering if 2021 is going to be just the same way. Listen to me. Don't let the acts of other people change your heart. So I want to challenge you today. I want to challenge you to own your mind like I own my mind. I want to challenge you to own your thoughts like I own my thoughts. I want to challenge you to own your destination like I own my destination. I want to challenge you to keep moving forward like I'm moving forward. Believe in yourself, don't give up, and keep rising. Y'all stay blessed.
That was that was motivational. It was very, very motivational. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, make sure you go to his website to register. Buy the books. I already know we're gonna buy the books. My wife is on here; she's talking, so I know we're gonna buy the books. Um, Especially that resiliency. You know, we just going through a lot of stuff. So that resiliency definitely gonna be something that we get. Um, Register to win. Register to win that $50 gift card to Amazon. Follow them on IG and let them motivate you. That's all you can do is let them motivate you. Every motivator need. See, my sister just ordered the book. My sister just ordered the book. So, but everybody needs a motivator. You can think that you're the hardest person out there. You can think that you don't need that motivation. You can think that you have everything under control. But everybody needs some type of motivation or a motivator. So why let him be the motivator? And there's the website again, so you can make sure you go on there and buy the book. And Domino, you got anything else for
Nah,
our
man.
guests?
To I just want to say appreciate you, man. I know you had a message twice, but I think everything happened according to God's plan. Given the time with what everybody is going through, even the other team members. I think this was the timing that the message needed to be heard. So I appreciate you for being a part and sharing with us. I think it's been a great conversation. And outside of that, I know you didn't get the flowers and the big shebang for your retirement month, but appreciate your service, the 21 years that you dedicated to service. So
Yes, most definitely. Thank you for your service. You know, you that the inspiration that person I'm trying to get to motivate to retire hopefully soon. If it don't drive me crazy in this job, so I'll see what happens. But like I said, thank you for joining us. The squad thanks you for joining us. Be Bougie's out there. She's watching. She thanks you. Doc's out there. He thanks you. Mo's out there. He thanks you. You know, we might even have a book release party for you. You might want to do a virtual book release. My sister just did one, and she has a series called Brown Book Series. She does like romance books and stuff like that. She just had a book release the other day with a author. And if you want to listen to a book release, you want to do a virtual book release, hey, let us know. I'll come on here and do a virtual book release with you. Probably can get some sponsors. She gave away some stuff. Shameless plug, Brown Book Series. Follow my sister out there. She's doing big things. But definitely, I can go to her and ask her about how she did it. If you want to get on, we can bring you on and do that virtual book release. We'll help you out.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Hey, I appreciate you gentlemen time, man. Like on everything, man. I think it's phenomenal, man, what you guys are doing, man. Don't stop. Hey, keep it going, man. Like, cause the best thing y'all do it, y'all started, man. So it's only one way to go from here, man, and that's to the top on everything.
Yeah,
that's only one way to go.
Appreciate it.
We really appreciate that. So nothing else. We'll holla.
All right. Hey, stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
Bless.
Let me see. Put this. Yeah, get back to this right here. All right, that's a bet. That was good. That was motivation. Like, I know at times I was in there and I'm just like, I don't even know if I want to say anything. I just want to let him talk. I didn't want to ask no questions. I just want him to talk. I just want him to talk the whole time. I could have just put him on the front screen and let him talk the whole time.
Exactly. I mean, he had a, and you could tell it was so much more that he probably could have dove into, but it was definitely a good conversation.
Yeah, that's right. So at the beginning, I know we talked. Everybody don't know Domino is our new squad member. He brings I call him music man. You know what I mean? I call him music man because number one, he sings. We're not gonna have him sing every single show, so we ain't gonna try to have him sing this show. But I know you're into music, so I know you said new music and stuff that you listen to that's coming out. So an old head like me who don't really, I listen to I don't know what's new, what's coming out, stuff like that. So let us know what's on the Domino playlist.
What's been on the playlist? I've been listening to the Jasmine Sullivan album that was released. Some of the songs are a little bit too much for me. I think it's definitely not an album for the guys. It's for the ladies. But vocally, she's definitely probably one of the most underrated singers. And she has some songs that I do like to listen to on repeat. And I knew one of the songs is called Feelings, and I knew it was a good song because the song made me get in my feelings.
I know that song, and I love that song because it come on Sirius XM, it come on Heart and Soul. Every time I'm at work, I had to turn it up a little bit. That song hard. That song go hard.
Right.
That song do go hard.
So that was definitely one of the albums that I've been checking out. And then there's a young artist, K Camp. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's like he's kind of rapper / singer type vibe.
Okay, Camp. Oh yeah. I know that.
K Camp. Yeah, so I've been listening to his album too. I kind of switch in the morning in between those two when I'm headed to work. So that's been what I've been vibing to. And I got some other stuff I need to check out. So I'm gonna try to make sure I always come with some new live stuff. To our viewers, what's something that y'all listening to right now? The people that's viewing, like, because I'm gonna give y'all what I'm listening to, but send us some stuff as you viewing the live, some songs that you listening to, and we'll check them out too. Because I'm always down to listening to new music.
Yeah, ain't no being no sing along this time. So we're not doing sing along this time. I know we went back to the Let It Snow thing, and me and my wife I was dying. Like if you look at your face when nobody jumped in and they were just staring at you, you was like, man, come on, listen, for real. I was just like, all right.
Yeah, we had already discussed it. Everybody was supposed to come in, and they was like, okay, all right, I'm out here by myself. But
Right, but yeah, it was a good show. So if I missed last week, last show was talking to, we had chef on there, and we was talking about him cooking, him being in the former Marine firefighter, stuff like that. Go watch the show. He made some tacos that looked great. Doc was there. He was bragging on our face about how the tacos was good and stuff like that. And they looked great. He showed us the right way to make a taco. So I guess we was making tacos wrong the whole time. But he showed us the right way to make it. So if you go onto our Facebook or you go onto our YouTube, we got all our previous episodes all on there. So with that being said, we want to thank y'all for watching, because like we said, it's Savage Hour, Happy Hour. Hit our hour mark. But what I want to say now is look at each other. When I say look after each other, the people that's out there that's doing this during this COVID season, doing this, all this things going on, look after your people. Look after the people that you don't like. Look after the people that you like. Because you never know, that phone call or that text might have stopped somebody from doing something that they was thinking about doing. They might that text or that call might be that thing that somebody needs at that time. So look after each other. You know what I'm saying? And we miss you, Doc. We know you had knee surgery. We know you probably high on whatever medication that they gave you, but we still praying for you that you go through and get better. Be bougie. We know you're going through something right now. Keep your head up. You know, we still out here for you. You know, we miss you. And Mo, we know work is hard right now. So keep your head up. We miss y'all, you know, and we looking forward to all of the squad getting back together again and making this happen. So from myself, from Dom, from the Savage Squad, thanks for watching the show. And we hope to see y'all next time.
see y'all.
Deuces.